What's up, guys? It's Cocojobro here, and welcome back to another episode of Shrine Guide. Again, I want to tell you guys thank you so much for all the support that you guys have been showing in the past videos. I see that you guys really like that, so just remember, keep subscribing if you haven't already, or if you already subscribed, make sure to like, comment, share these videos with your friends too. I really appreciate all the support. We just passed 300 subscribers, so it is just super cool just to see everyone just helping the channel grow. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So today's Shrine of Secrets, I'm gonna let you guys know right now, it sucks. These perks are whack, but we have some really cool perks here that if you use a little bit of creativity, you guys can kind of make something happen. So I'm going to show you guys two builds and give you a quick overview of all of these perks. So again, there's always two survivor perks, and then there's always going to be two killer perks. So let me just go really quick through them. This is a Jeff Johannesson perk. This one's called Aftercare. So mainly what Aftercare does is you get to see someone's aura if they either A, unhook you, B, you unhook them, C, they heal you, or D, you heal them. And that's actually really cool because here mainly it says that you can do this up to one survivor. At tier 3, you can see 3 survivors. So if they unhook you, if they heal you somehow, like maybe the killer slugged you, you can see as many people as you want until you're hooked again by the killer. So this is really cool because it does a lot of things. It'll tell you where your friend's at. It'll tell you if they're looping the killer. They'll tell you if they're actually doing gens, or maybe they're doing a totem, or they're being completely useless. So pretty much this perk is just giving you information. Now there are other perks that you can use like Bond or Empathy, which allow you to see your friends across the map if they're injured, if they're in the dying state, if they're just normally just wandering around. So this is kind of a little combo perk with a little bit of conditions to it. Next we have Metal of Man. This is an Ash perk. Mainly what this does is it gives you an extra hit. So if you look right here, after you've taken 3 protection hits, Metal of Man activates. And pretty much if you're injured and the killer hits you one more time, you go into the dying state. But if Metal of Man is activated, it prevents you from going into the dying state. You get that little like white aura around your body, and then you just run away. Now you have to mend afterwards too, which is really cool. It's kind of like having borrowed time. If you do going into the dying state, so say the killer just tunnels you again and hits you, then you go into the dying state, Metal Man is no longer active, and pretty much that's it, it's gone. But if you get healed, then if you are healed, the killer can actually see your aura if you're beyond. Here it says 12 meters, at tier 3 it's 16 meters. So this perk, it really isn't awesome, because why would you really take protection hits on people? Why not just stick to gens? Well, in some cases you can actually take protection hits by, if the killer is carrying your friend to the hook, you can stand in front of them, or if you guys are running side by side, you can just take a hit. Hopefully your friend has enough time to wiggle out. On top of that too, if you want, say your friend is injured and they're running somewhere and they're doing a loop or whatever, and the killer's about to swing and hit them and they're not near a pallet, you can actually intercede on their behalf and take a hit for them. That's a protection hit as well. So those are ways that you can build up those protection hits. It's really annoying if the killer doesn't know and they're trying to guarantee a down on you. Metal Man comes into play. You can also use your medkits too to heal, and then you can use a septic agent. Septic agents pretty much are having borrowed time for 8 seconds. So say you use Metal Man, maybe you get out the way, you mend, you do your thing, then you run away, the killer's kind of coming after you, use your septic agent, then you can get an extra hit. So you can kind of keep stacking these hits, and it's really annoying for the killer. It's really situational. If you're a protector in your team, there's different roles when you play survivor. You can be a protector, you can be a healer, you can be a gen rusher, you can be the looper. Whatever role you fit, you can use this perk. It's not really the best, but if you like that, you can go for it. Same with Aftercare. Personally, I would run like Empathy or Bond, but if you want to run this, there it is, it's in the shrine. All right, let's go to our killer perks. So we have Hex Huntress Lullaby. So this is a Huntress perk. In my opinion, this is the anti-streamer perk, meaning that streamers cannot read chat while this Hex is in effect in the game. If you look right here, it says that as long as this Hex is active, survivors receive a 2% regression penalty when they miss any skill check. At tier 3, it's 6%. Also too, every time someone is hooked, the sound, the little ding, whenever you're gonna do a skill check on a gen, it's delayed. So the little clockwork that goes on, the little skill check, that'll pop up, and then you'll hear the ding. So after 5 hooks, you don't even hear it, and it'll just pop up randomly. It really sucks because that forces you to literally just keep your eyes glued on the screen. If you're a streamer, you can't even look at chat. You have to literally just keep your eyes on the screen, or else you're gonna hit miss skill checks. You're gonna regress like your gens, and it's just a really bad time. So if you're a streamer, I would highly recommend finding this, or if you're in comms, tell your friends to just hurry up and get that gen or get that hex done, because it sucks. So this one's really good though if you're a killer, because if the survivors are not even acknowledging this and they don't even notice it, late game it can really help, especially if the survivors are bad at doing skill checks. You can also run this with Hex Ruin, because if they leave the gens, they'll regress. Then if they finally get the gens, then they have to hit their skill checks. You might get enough hooks before they even realize, oh crap, you know, Huntress Lullaby is a thing. I was really focusing on, you know, Hex Ruin. So that might be something you want to utilize. That can be good too. And then here's the Hex of the Third Seal. This one is a Hag perk. Hag has a really she has really good perks. So if you're trying to get a DLC, definitely I would recommend getting that. You got Ruin, this one as well. Devour Hope. The more hooks that you get, the more dangerous you become in the game. You can become faster in your chases. You can also one-shot survivors, and you can also mori them. The more hooks you get, the more rewarded you get. Good gameplay, good rewards. So this perk, mainly what it says, it's a hex that hinders one's aura reading ability. Hitting a survivor with a basic attack while the hex totem is active applies a blindness effect. This effect applies to last to 2 survivors. So the last 2 people you hit will be blind. At tier 3, 4 of them are blinded. Mainly what this says is whenever you knock someone down, whenever you hook somebody on the hook, the rest of the team cannot see this person at all. This is a very dangerous perk if people are really reliant in solo queue on seeing where that person was hooked. Where are they? Let me finish this gen. They're done. Oh crap, I don't even know where on the map you are. This is really dangerous on the game, on swamp maps, maybe the hospital. Any of these like indoor maps or these big maps where you can't even see across the map. The Yamaoka estate. Just it's really scary, especially if a killer applies this with knockout too as well. So if we go to knockout, knockout, pretty much what this does is if someone's in the dying state, meaning if they're slugged, they're on the ground, survivors can't see them for 16 meters. So unless they're really close to them, they won't even see their friends on the floor. If they're hooked, they won't see their friends on the hook. Deer Stalker lets you see people on the ground. So if you want to be like a slugging killer, maybe like a tier 3 killer, like Michael when he's tier 3, or if you want to be a one-shot killer like Bubba or Hillbilly, yeah, you can definitely capitalize on that too as well. So those are the 2 perks I would probably add if you wanted to run third seal, Huntress Lullaby, Deer Stalker to find them when they're on the ground, slug, and then knockout. So when they're on the ground, the teammates can't see them, but you can. If we go to Survivor, the perks that I would mention too as well was Aftercare and Metal Man. Those are the ones that are in the shrine. Then you have Empathy that lets you see your friends when they're 128 meters away, when they're dying or injured. If they're being in direct contact with a killer, you know, you can't see them. And Bond lets you see your allies if they're 36 meters away too as well. Medkits are always good. And then the Septic Agent, like I was telling you, if you use your Septic Agent, then you have borrowed time for 8 seconds. If the killer hits you, then you can run away, and then you just have to mend yourself. So you have a lot of good things that you can add to these perks. They're bad in themselves, but if you get creative with other builds, you can definitely make something happen. So definitely try it out. But other than that, if you want my final verdict, I would really recommend that you just save your shards. I think there's better perks out there for you to use your shards on, especially if you're very limited in your shards. But definitely save your shards. If you want to use them, you can. You know your style, you know yourself the best, so play to the best of your ability, play how you play. but I would really recommend saving it. Again, if you guys didn't know, the 4-year anniversary has started, so you guys can get some really good blood points. I don't have it right here, but mainly there's some anniversary offerings that you guys can use, so definitely make sure to use those offerings to get more blood points. Other than that, thank you guys so much for all the love. I see a lot of you guys come over to our Twitch channel, so I would really appreciate it. If you haven't, check it out. We always stream Dead by Daylight, we always play, we always have fun time, open lobbies, all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.